Hey everyone, so I'm going to be setting up the Top Fin Essentials 29-gallon tank here that I bought yesterday. So you can see I already have gravel in there. I did the very bad thing of not rinsing out the gravel. It's not very well. So hopefully it won't be too cloudy. I bought a 25-pound bag of gravel actually from Walmart. It was just like 10 bucks cheaper there than PetSmart. But I couldn't rinse it out. It's just too much of a pain. I don't have any strainers to do so. So we'll see how cloudy that is. But that is using their gravel. It's like a medium-sized gravel. And we have the Silent Stream PF30, I believe is what that is called, for filter. And we have the H100 heater, 100-watt heater. Both of those came with the kit, so those are both Top Fin. So my next step is going to be add in a bunch of water. Alright, then you can see I have water in here, not up all the way, but I do have water in here. Next thing I'm going to do is add in my decorations. And then that way, if you add in water up all the way before you add in decorations, of course when you put your hand in there, you might overflow the tank. So this way I have like 5 or 6 inches, 4 or 5 inches of room to work with where I'm not overflowing the tank. So yeah, that is the next step. Alright, so you can see I put in my decorations. I filled it up with water all the way. I also went ahead and rinsed out my filter cartridge. Make sure you do that. Otherwise, you'll get the black charcoal residue will come out of it. This one had quite a bit of that residue. So make sure you rinse it out nicely. I also want to say, I kind of mentioned this briefly, but I only put 25 pounds of gravel in this tank. This is a 29-gallon tank. I usually recommend between 1 to 2 pounds of gravel per gallon. But I think this looks actually very well. It looks very good. It's actually like 1.5 to 2 inches of gravel height in there. So I think that it will work just fine. So I did not use what they usually recommend. So I'm going to get the rest of this thing going. I'll be right back. Alright, so I plugged in the filter. It's still sputtering a tiny bit. Plugged in the heater. You should usually actually wait about, I think it's like 15 to 30 minutes if you plug in the heater. Kind of lets the heater get adjusted to the water temperature. I didn't do it though this time around. It shouldn't matter, but it could. So those are both plugged in. Of course, I plugged in the light. That light is nice and bright. I mean, that is very bright. So to show this off a little bit better, this is a nice looking kit. Bought mine on sale for only 110 bucks. And it includes almost everything you need except for, of course, decor and gravel. Which is pretty nice. With the filter, you do want to add in some water to it before you plug it in. Again, I made a small mistake. I did not do that. Some filters are able to start it up without adding water to them, but most cannot. You need to add at least some water into them. So this one, when I added in water, it still took it a moment, but it finally caught on. This does have the adjustable flow adjuster. Let's see if we can see that a bit better. So I kind of turned mine back and forth a bunch of times slowly to let it kind of catch up. So it did take it a moment, but now it's doing just fine. I just have it on the strongest flow rate. Hopefully clear up this water a bit. Said I did not rinse out my gravel. You guys can see it is a bit cloudy, but the charcoal filter that's in there should remove that in a day or two, hopefully. Being a 29-gallon tank might take a bit longer. And not being the strongest of filters. Yeah, so this is my initial setup. I don't know what I think of it. I might end up getting rid of these 2 plants here. They're kind of hard plastic. They're Glowfish brand plants, so they glow in the dark. This does not have a blue light on it. So, or glows underneath blue light, I should say, not in the dark. Otherwise, we have a dragon. We got all the ones in the back there are silk plants, except for that one. That is, again, a blue light glowing plant. And I have my volcano here that has a small LED in it, and also supposed to be a bubbler, but the bubbler broke a while back. I'm sure I'm going to change this thing up once I have more time. I'll kind of mess around with it. But yeah, that is my setting up, initial setup of the Essential 29-gallon tank from Top Fin, which is from PetSmart. Like I've said in other videos from Top Fin, I love the black silicone. so much better than the clear. I think it just goes along with the black trim very, very nicely. So, turn this light back on. Let's see. It's a nice looking tank. You guys have any stocking ideas for me? Leave me a comment below. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in here. I do have very hard water though, so not everything will survive in this water. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think I should put in here. As always, guys, I really do appreciate y'all watching. Hope you have a good one. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.